So welcome back. I hope you all have loaded up on the coffee. As next, we have a headliner talk on the subject of reimagining AI with a new generation of AI builders. Our speaker is deeply passionate about STEM education and mentoring. Her mission is to use skills in computer science and machine learning and her passion for mentoring to build up the next generation AI leaders who truly represent the multidimensional diversity of our world. I'm very thrilled to welcome your speaker, Taniya Mishra, the CEO and founder of SureStart. The stage is yours, Taniya. Good luck.
Hello, everyone. I am delighted to be here with all of you today, and I will shortly bring up my presentation. All right, looks like you are able to see my presentation. I am so excited to come here as founder and CEO of a brand new organization called SureStart and to discuss with you what our future could look like with a new generation of AI builders. So let's get started. So when I use the words collaboration, interaction, connection, some of the pictures that come to mind are people interacting, collaborating, connecting with each other to learn, to find enjoyment, and to accomplish tasks together collaboratively, successfully. But these days, the words interaction, collaboration, connection also looks like what you're seeing on the screen. People interacting with smart systems enabled with AI to learn, to find enjoyment, and to accomplish tasks, a whole host of them, ranging from cooking, shopping, taking care of your health and well-being, to driving together, taking turns like one would with a human partner. So every single day, we are making hundreds, if not thousands, of decisions, actions that involve AI. AI is deeply ingrained in the fabric of our modern lives. So with this melding of humans and AI comes some interesting ethical challenges. We, all of us, want AI to be a neutral, scientific machine. We want the developing AI economy to be inclusive, diverse, and providing opportunities for all of us. Unfortunately, neither one of those goals are being met today. Many AI products have inherent biases that regularly discriminate, penalize, and exclude entire groups of people. And that's true for the AI economy as well. It discriminates, penalizes, and excludes entire groups of people. And the fundamental problem that is at the root of both of these goals not being met is that AI is plagued by sameness. 75% of the tech workers are men. 80% of AI professors are men. Over 70% of applicants for AI jobs are men. Less than 15% of AI researchers at the top tech firms are women. And this is just gender. When we all consider race, the numbers become smaller. At these very same tech firms, less than 5% of tech workers are Black. And if you bring race and gender together, the numbers become embarrassingly small. Friends, we have a diversity problem in AI, and it is time to make actionable change, and it is time to do it now, collectively, together. It is all our problem to solve. And it is with this conviction that I started SureStart. The goal of SureStart is to bring opportunity to talent. Our aim is to provide every high school and college student, no matter who or where they are located, with the skills to be an AI builder and change maker, through a three-pronged virtual AI program that rests on using a curated, interest-led curriculum, honing the skills learned through that curriculum using development of innovative, exciting, and challenging projects, and doing all of this with the sustained mentoring of proximate mentors as well as industry allies. At SureStart, our mission is to build early opportunity pipelines for a highly diverse tech workforce through skills training and project-based learning. We really believe in that hand-to-mind connection. We are specifically committed to training and mentoring high school and college students from communities underserved and AI, and connecting them to opportunities for hands-on work at innovative tech firms that prioritize DEI. The three pillars on which our approach rests is training students in in-demand AI skills, supporting them through relational mentoring, and finally, creating a platform where they can show off their accomplishments, where we can amplify their voices. Because those of us that have been in the field for a while, we know that yes, it is important to have those skills, but then it is just as important for someone else to see us and to recognize those skills. So our goal is to train, support, and amplify the next generation of AI builders and change makers. So let me show you what a robust program built in the SureStart model looks like. Prior to starting SureStart, I worked for a wonderful Boston AI firm called Affectiva. I led the AI research team there. And this year, like many of the organizations around the world, we had to make decisions about what we would do about our intern program due to the COVID restrictions. So instead of scrapping it entirely, I decided to launch a virtual AI bootcamp. And in this bootcamp, we had 52 students that were intentionally diverse in terms of their gender, culture, ethnicity, as well as cognitive skills. Our goal was to increase the collective creativity and productivity of the next generation of leaders. Some of our students had very nascent computing skills, whereas others were in computer science programs at top universities like MIT. Our goal was not to take already strong computing students and give them another opportunity. Our goal was to widen and lengthen the STEM pipeline and bring in new entrants into our field. And that is what we did through Empath 2020 virtual AI training program that was hosted by Affectiva. Now, in this program, students were given hands-on experience with machine learning, computer vision, data analytics, and visualization, and a host of other machine learning related skills. But we also gave them professional skills like time management, like project management, like cross time zone collaboration. And we did all of this virtually with the support of 20 graduate student mentors who regularly connected with the students one-on-one and in small group settings. The program culminated in a makeathon where the students in teams of 4 were tasked with building innovative AI solutions to real-world problems that they saw around them using machine learning and using the sort of estimation of emotions done automatically. And the results were astounding. There were 13 fantastic projects, and I'm going to show you just 3 of them just for the constraints of time. So let's take a look. Here is one that I specially chose for today. It was called EffectiveBot. So EffectiveBot is a video conferencing plugin that shows speakers and presenters like me what is the emotional engagement of the audience to the material that is being presented. And I really wish I had this today, because I remember last year presenting on the World Summit stage and really feeding off of the energy of the crowd and responding to it. And I think that this is a problem that many speakers and presenters are kind of experiencing in this virtual world. But you can imagine that this kind of a tool could also be useful to really anyone who is engaging in any kind of group meeting, whether in your office, whether outside of work, because it's hard to look at those tiny faces on your screen and get all of the emotional information that you need in order to respond to it appropriately. Here was another really, really fun project where the students built an AI solution that estimated the emotions of a driver or a passenger in a car and played music that either kept the mood that they were in, if it was a really positive mood like joy, confidence, just happiness, or elevated it if the driver or the passenger was feeling cranky, sad, or just frustrated. This is a really fun solution, but it's also really useful because so many road accidents happen because we get bored or sleepy or just plain frustrated while driving. So both fun and life-saving potentially. And here is a third one that was an emotion-enabled therapeutic platform that kept quantified logs of a child's emotional reaction to the therapies that were being provided by his or her therapist without requiring the therapist to remove eye contact with the child and take notes. I mean, as a parent who has a child with special needs who has been receiving all of his therapies via video conferencing, I can really appreciate the importance of sustained eye contact. So this tool could really improve the interactions between a child who has special needs and needs these therapies and their therapist, who are all struggling with how to keep providing the therapies and making that emotional connection through video conferencing. It also has this added advantage that once expanded to its full form, it can give families and children access to trained therapists who are hundreds or even thousands of miles away without actually having to make a trip out there. Because the truth of the matter is that while therapists, who are trained in these therapies abound in big cities, this facility is not available to families who live further out. So those were some just beginnings of examples that you can see what young people, given the training and the opportunity, can do in 5 short weeks. That was the result of 5 short weeks of training from 52 students, participating in a program entirely virtually, and people who had a wide range of computing skills. If this was intriguing or interesting to you, I hope you will reach out to me. I hope we can connect so that together we can be advocates for a diverse and inclusive tech workforce, individually, within our spheres of local influence, and more broadly as part of this tech ecosystem. I'm going to leave you with a quote that has quickly become a favorite. Wherever you show up, you belong. This is my hope for my children, for your children, and for every young person in this world.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Taniya. That was a great session. And as you say, collaboration and communication has a completely different connotation in this new world. And so we all need to think about how we recreate AI, as it were, even more so when adopting for the differences in cultural background and in diversity, right? And so it's great to see that SureStart makes a starting approach by educating the next generation of diverse people to help generate a diverse AI as a result. So thank you so much for this session. Really inspiring. Thank you. And
thank you for
Perfect. And so for any questions that you have for Taniya, please follow her into the Networking Lounge speaker Q&A room. The link to that room is going to be dropped now into the Hope-In session. So please follow Taniya there, and there she can turn her camera on and audio. You can ask her questions, and we will be back here after a short break. In the meantime, please try to do some one-to-one networking. Hope-In is great for networking, meeting different people via an automated tool, but also join the WhatsApp group. So simply head over to the sessions area, scan the QR barcode there, or enter into the lounge, and you can click the link to join there. And we will be very shortly back to you with the new speaker.